Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to another gorgeous day in the garden. The sun is shining, I am so happy. Let's get to painting. Today we're going to be doing something really fun that I've seen several of my friends use. We're going to be using a piping bag. So this is a 16-ounce piping bag. I got them from Amazon from a company called Weetiee, W-E-E-T-I-E-E. So I will link them in the description box for you. It's a 16-ounce clear piping bag. And we're gonna put this into a big cup and we're gonna fold it over the edge and we're gonna fill our piping bag like that. I'm gonna take that piece of hair out. Okay. So we'll see how this goes. I haven't ever done this before, but I'm excited to use it. It looks like a lot of fun. Okay. Alrighty, so that's over there. This is a 15 by 30 inch gallery wrapped canvas from Artists Loft. I have taped the back and put my push pins in, and I have painted the sides and edges with my Paynes Grey. So we'll scoot that over. Oh, I was gonna show you the dried results. Let's do that first before we get the table all dirty. Okay, so first one, dried results. What was this? Storm.
This is bikini, no.
No, this is the storm one. This is the comb wrecked ring pour. We did the straight pour using that beautiful iridescent blue black from Pebeo Studios. And it's not, I don't want to touch the center, but I think it's dry. But this area in here where that blue black was is just amazing. Like I took it out in the sun and I was like, wow. So this one turned out really, really pretty. I love that straight pour. I love all those fingerlings in there. I love that iridescent blue black with the turquoise is gorgeous, like right in here, so pretty. I know some of you were a little shocked when I pulled out the comb, but it was a lot of fun. I actually like the comb part because it gives it a softer place for your eye to rest, and the rest of the painting is kind of busy, so it probably goes this way for you guys actually. So that one's really, really pretty. Okay, and then I'll just show you our bikini reef, which dried so pretty. I love this piece. It's just so much fun, so beautiful. This part in here, especially in the center with that Paynes Grey, the depth that it gives behind everything is just gorgeous. So this is actually the color palette we're using tonight, but I have taken the aquamarine out. I'm not going to put the aquamarine in the cup, but I might use it as a flow extender. So that one was Bikini Reef, a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get started. Colors we're using. First of all, we have this beautiful Paynes Grey from Golden's. I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you consistency because they're all the same. This is still pretty thin for me. So I'm not doing very thick paint like Lee and Jeremy Masse did. I've watched a couple of the Gina DeLuca videos where she used a piping bag and she does straight pours out of the piping bag, and that's kind of the consistency that I'm going for, is a much thinner. So it's a little tiny mound and then sinking right away. Okay, so that's the Paynes Grey. I also have some turquoise here from Golden. That's a beautiful color. Okay, that one seems a smidge thicker, but that's okay. Then we have our green gold from Golden, which is beautiful stuff with that turquoise. It's just magic. These two together is like, just kills me. So that's the green gold. We have our 24 karat gold from DecoArt, Americana, Decor Metallics, and the pure white Satin Enamels, also from DecoArt. That one seems a bit thick, but I don't want to make the white too thin. So one of the suggestions that my friend Lee Masse gave me was, when layering the piping bag, don't put the white in first, because everything is going to push through it then, and it's going to put a haze over everything. So when we add the white, we're going to do it last. All right, we need about 16 ounces of paint for a 15 by 30, and this says it's a 16-ounce piping bag. Like I said, I've never done this before. I have not snipped the tip. I will do that at the end once it's already full. Okay, so what do we want to start with? Let's start with a tiny bit of gold. I'm also not going to layer it how Lee did. I want to layer it how I like to layer things. Okay, so I'm going to do it down the side and put a little bit of gold in the bottom. Then we're going to come in with that turquoise. Okay, because I usually use the 16-ounce cups. Maybe I should put it in a 16-ounce cup, do you think?
Nope.
No? Just leave it alone? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to do the Paynes Grey in there. I'm going to put a very small layer of white on there. Not a big one at all. And then we're going to do that again. So I'm going to put some gold in there. And then the turquoise. And the gold and the turquoise together is also going to give us a light green color that's really, really pretty. A little bit of green gold on the other side. Some Paynes. A little bit of white. Just a small amount. Just to separate those two. I don't always love Paynes Grey with gold. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's a little weird. I'm gonna go turquoise again. And the green gold. And the Paynes. And then just a little shot of white. Can you actually see in the cup? Not really.
Not really.
Okay. I hope we don't have too much gold. Okay.
It's like a little more than 16 ounces to me.
Yeah, it's probably more than 16 ounces, but you know. All right, so now I'm going to take the white. Actually, first I'm going to take the gold.
Remember, you still have to close the bag.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of folded up edge at the bottom, so I'm just going to take the white and pour a shot from up high down into the middle. Okay, so let's get our canvas. I'll bring that over here. Now, see what I want to do, what I saw Gina do was she held the piping bag up, she put the tip, she was using one of those cake decorator tips, and she put it on the canvas, and then she let the paint come out, and it did a nice big circle. I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to do kind of more like a wandering straight pour like I usually do across the canvas, and then we'll stretch that out. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to pick this up. Ooh.
And then reality set in.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I see a piece of hair. This is the problem without putting my hair up. I still see the piece of hair. There we go. Okay. And we're going to twist this to close it. Got a piping bag full of paint now. Let's move that over. Let's bring the canvas closer.
If it's under a lot of pressure, then it's going to squirt out.
I just want to twist it a little bit more so that it's tight, so that I can grab that. Okay. Okay, and we're going to snip this off. Are you ready, HOA?
You got it ready to go because it's going to shoot out.
I think I'm going to go this way and come down. Okay. So we're going to snip that off, and we're going to go. That's kind of fun. I think I'm going to go back through it too. That's kind of neat. Let's just put a little bit on the corners here because there's still paint in the bag. I don't want to waste it. Okay. So that was fun. Our piping bag. All right. What do you think, HOA? Should we use the Paynes Grey as a flow extender? Should we use aquamarine or should we use my drip color?
The
Paynes?
flow extender sometimes comes up as bubbles, or no?
Well, no, you might see some of it though. I kind of want to use the Paynes
drips.
Grey. No, I kind of want to use the Paynes Grey because I really like that contrast. Okay, so I'm just going to put some around this edge. Because I want this to be able to move. I'm going to put a tiny bit in here. going to spread that out. Okay. Ooh, puddle right there. Wow. I didn't think that much came out of the bag. That's so pretty though. Okay.
I did tell you about the feet.
Yes, you did tell me to be careful. Ooh, that's pretty. That beautiful, it's almost like emerald green. And we're just spreading this out now to give our paint something to slide around on. Lots of beautiful cells in this already though. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Okay.
It's really cool.
Alright.
Reminds me of SpaceX's Starship.
Okay. I'm just gonna wipe this up real quick because I keep sticking my hand in it. And that's not a good look. Okay, so let's torch this. So I'm kind of glad that I took the aquamarine out because I think that one would have blended a lot more, and we already got a lot of blending because everything was in the bag. So this outer section was probably where the white was hitting it, and then this top part in the middle is where we went back through it. There's some really pretty lines in there. All right, let's flip this out and see what happens. Now this is fairly thin, so this part's probably not going to take that long. It's probably going to move pretty quickly. But we'll figure out composition and what we want to do. I'm getting the weight of the paint over there because I want to go over that corner. Okay, I'm going to bring it back towards me sharply. And we're gonna move down. Actually, no, we should probably do this side too, since the weight of the paint is there. Now we're gonna let this just float down. Walk it down the canvas. I'm going to tilt off that whitish part. Get rid of that whiter area.
Whiter.
Mm-hmm. So it feels like there's a lot of paint on here, so I'm going to go take it back down again, and we're going to get rid of that whiter area on this corner as well. What do you think, HOA? I'm not sure that I love it.
It's cool in the camera, but looking at it by eye, it looks a little dark.
Reminds me of Seaweed.
Hey man, you all love sushi. Come on now. Call it nori.
I don't know. I don't know that I really like it that much. I mean, there's parts that I like. I like what's going on in here. This is, I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to trust in the process. I don't know. Do you think we should do anything else to it? I do have enough paint that I could pour another cup, not with the piping bag, but just like in a small cup and stretch that out.
What would marble do to it? Not enough contrast.
Yeah. I don't know. It's that balance between you need the white to make the colors pop, but if you put it in when in a situation where it's going to blend, then it's going to muddy up everything.
Maybe the paint could have been a little thicker.
Well, I wanted to use the thinner paint, because it was already thin from when we did Bikini Reef, and I like the thinner paint consistency with the straight pours because it does create all these beautiful cells, which the cells are really, really cool. I just don't know that there's enough contrast in there for what I usually like. You know what I mean? I wish you guys could tell me. Yes, pour a little bit more on there. No, don't pour more.
That's why we have to do them live.
Yeah. Well, I want to start doing live, so I think we're going to start doing that. What do you think, HOA? Leave it or pour more?
I think you should trust the process. I think it looks really cool the way it is, and it might... I think it might lighten up. Does that ever happen?
No. If anything, it's going to get darker. I mean, but there is some really cool stuff in here.
Could you do something on top of what's there? Could you put some gold into the piping bag or white in the piping bag and then do some on top of that? No,
but you just gave me an idea. What if I did that thing with the gold high flow where I sprinkle stars on it? Let's do that. I'll show you guys how I do that if I have any more gold left. My bottle is
I thought you used it all.
Yeah, well, there's a very tiny, you don't need a lot. You just need a tiny bit, but you do need clean hands, so. Okay. We could also do pearl instead of gold. That might be kind of cool too. Let me see if I have any pearl high flow over there. Neat from that side, from your angle. Okay, so this is actually gold high flow from Golden. And what I'm going to do it right in front of you guys so you can watch. I'm just going to put some water on my fingertips so they're nice and wet. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of the high flow on there and kind of rub that in. And then we're going to flick it. I'm going to do that again because I think I had a lot of water on my fingers. And hopefully this is going to make some cute little fractals for us. I don't know. I don't know if that made it better. Well, we'll see. I am going to leave this alone and let this dry. Because when I walked around the other side and I was coming back, it actually looked pretty cool. And the colors are beautiful. I'm not so sure I love the composition, but I kind of want to trust the process and see what happens to it like this and let it dry. If it doesn't work, you can always re-pour over the canvas later. So, but this is fun. The piping bag, I don't know. Maybe thicker paint would be better. I might try that again since now I have a whole bunch of them. Try it again with the thicker paint and maybe try ring pours or something because that seems like it would be kind of fun too. So, but this was neat. I enjoyed this and I hope you guys did too. And I'll show you when it's dry. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We'll see you real soon. Okay, so this is a few days later, and I'm very happy because the sun has managed to come out long enough for me to show you the dried results in the sun, which hasn't happened for a while. But this turned out really, really cool. I was actually very pleasantly surprised by this piece, especially once it was dry, because I wasn't expecting this. I was kind of expecting a lot of mud and not very much definition, and it actually dried beautifully. Thank you, Mix Pour. And there's some beautiful transparency. There's some beautiful depth in there from the Paynes Grey. This was a fairly simple color palette too. This was the Paynes Grey and the turquoise and the green gold and the white and the gold. And for what we did and the consistency that we had, I am very surprised, pleasantly surprised, because I think this one really turned out beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Seaweed floating. So that's what we're gonna call it. But this kind of turned out awesome, and I have a million more ideas about the piping bag, and since I have so many of them now, we're probably going to be playing with that again fairly soon, which will be fun. So I look forward to sharing the next part of my journey with you all. Thank you guys all so much for making my birthday so special. All of you who were at the premieres and at Angie Mason's live birthday dance party for me, that was a lot of fun. So, but you guys are so sweet. I appreciate all of the messages and all of the love, and it was a really fun day. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. We'll see you guys real soon. Bye-bye. I just wanted to show you guys some of these pretty sunbursts. They're so beautiful. And some echeverias. They're growing so pretty after that rain. And then these are little ones. They're called Aeonium Sun Cups, which are the cutest little things ever. And another curly there. They're so pretty. And these are the blooms where the hummingbirds hang out. And there's our baby. Hiya, handsome boy. It's nap time. He just had lunch. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. We'll see you real soon. Say bye, Maxie.